What is going on, my beautiful God created souls? I pray that everybody is staying prayed up and positive. Yes, 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 yes. I pray that everybody is staying prayed up and positive. So, quick message of today is this. So, we have to avoid, I'm trying to keep my voice up, y'all. Like, are you good? We have to avoid unhappy people, non-peaceful people, and problematic people at all costs before it costs us everything. Okay, before it costs you your peace that you are having today, before it costs you what you prayed and what you worked hard so for it to be in this happy, joyful mood today, right? God removed people, you removed yourself, you stopped contacting people. God is raising you on a whole nother level. Despite other trials and tribulations, we know that God is going to fight for us. And come to think about it, once you isolate yourself from toxic people, whether it be toxic family members, maybe you isolated yourself from toxic people that weren't doing you no good and talking behind your back at the job. Maybe you left older relationships. Maybe you just cut off certain people. And the thing about it is, no one deserves an explanation because people know the harm that they did. Why do you think people refuse to apologize? They'll say everything in the book. They miss you. They want to rekindle things. They want to make amends with things. How much of a good person you are now. Now you're a good person. But they should have been seen you as a good person. But an apology, it's like you're trying to save them breath and just apologize and we can be good. Because what's not going to happen is it's not going to be where, God raised a standard to the enemy. God is love. God is peace. God is patient. God is kind, but he isn't nice. They said Jesus wasn't nice. There is God's wrath. There is conviction. God's voice is real. God is real. And it's not to destroy and kill, steal, and harm like how the devil does. But it's to give us a hope in the future. It's so people can stand in their truth and also know that God is real. So God, if we wasn't going to do it, God removed and set a standard in front of the enemy, and God set boundaries for us. It's like you have to pay the price to be the boss, and you paid the price. You are chosen. You are the boss. You are the boss in your own life. You don't have to give people an explanation on why you cut them off. They know why. It was the last straw. And one day you said, you know what? I don't have time for this. I have standards now. I have boundaries now. People think, oh, you're an empath. When people think you're an empath, when you're chosen, you're an empath. In the past, being a peacemaker or a people pleaser, because we're not too prideful spirited, and we're not too cocky and conceited to think that we're better. We're too good to be a servant, because we're all serving God, right? We're all drawing more souls to the Lord. That's part of our calling and our assignment. However, also be wise. Also, God gave us wisdom. God gave us knowledge. And most importantly, God gave us silence. God gave us discernment. And once we started using our discernment and realize, not to say that we take back all the kindness, and we take back being a shoulder to cry on, and we take back being an empath. I was looking outside like it's going to rain. Whenever you say a powerful message, or you might pray in your living room or your kitchen or in your car, you wonder why it starts raining. That's just confirmation of power from God. That's how I look at it. Maybe comment down below how you may look at it, if you look at it the same way. We wonder why, it's something about, I'm getting off topic, but something about just being in your house and just relaxing and having the rain just pour. It's just something about the rain just pouring that's so peaceful. But it's not like you take back what all the good things that you've done to people. If anything, you probably wish you had used your discernment earlier, but you don't take it back. But you realize, you know what, your purpose and your destiny is much bigger than, these people. Foolishness. Now everybody wants to contact you. Everybody wants to, rekindle things. But, they want to put us on a back burner and push us to the side, thinking that we were going to always, stick around. Thinking that you were going to always answer the phone. Thinking that we had nothing else better to do but what? Sit around and be drained and be around energy vampires and be around drama. Whenever we're being peaceful, people showed us who they was, and we wonder why whenever we were peaceful, that one toxic relationship, that one toxic family member, that one toxic person was always trying to put us in mess, always trying to blame us and argue and then just wanting to argue just to be committed to misunderstanding us, just to gaslight us, just to project their insecurities on us. I was sitting here earlier today and I'm talking to God. Amen. And that's why I did this video. I think about you all the time. And I'm like, I'll ever sit back and think, because, we go through things as well, but, God fights our battles and we're not perfect, but God sees us trying. Okay. God says you've been faithful over a few things and God is going to make you ruler over many. So don't beat yourself up, right? Rest is important. But as you're resting, as you're hearing God's voice, sometimes hearing God's voice is not always, just him telling us what to do, but he wants you just to think back. And not to think back to relive the traumatic situations, but think back on, look at how much peace you have now. You look up, you're not arguing with anybody. No one, now that you're isolated, now that you cut people off, it's harder, if or at all, to be accused and blamed for anything. Because come to find out, you were the peace, you were the blessing, you were the solution. You were never the problem. They were always a problem. Everywhere they go, it's a problem. Which was also embarrassing, being around certain people, going out to eat with certain people, going out certain places, because some people, they had no manners. It was always a problem. You're strong. You're able to handle people, on your own. But it got to the point where, God had to step in because they were just doing too much. Doing the most. Doing everything but apologizing. Everything but trying. Everything but taking accountability. Everything but being grateful. And sometimes, people have to, not to say that, they're going to lose it all, but sometimes you have to lose it all to realize what you had. Rather it be a person, a chosen one, a place, or a thing. Be faithful over a few things. Be grateful for small beginnings. We all have to start somewhere. And when you were starting and when you were beginning, when I say to avoid negative people, every small new beginning you started, every time God kept raising you up to a higher level, they always had a tendency to turn. It could be the most positive situation, the most positive thing you told, the most positive, story you tell people. And that's why we can't tell negative spirits bad news, because when people are jealous of you, and you don't have to always, it's not always materialistic, because now we know that we need energy to get up out the bed. I'm not gonna lie, I pray just to have strength to get up, just to go on about my day, just to keep on going. Prayer keeps us going. Comment down below if prayer keeps you going. Prayer gives us strength, peace, clarity, vision, prosperity, redemption. I don't know how to pronounce it. Don't eat me up in the comments. They want to always, no matter how positive the situation was, They always had to, it's like, here it is, you're happy about something. God finally opened up a door for you. You worked so hard for this blessing. God has given you all that you deserve. Everything is God's timing, and they have to always, minimize your success, because that's why we can't tell bad spirits good news, because to be honest with you, people have been having all these materialistic things. People have been living the same life, even if it's, for years and years and years. You let somebody talk long enough, they've been in the same position before they even met you. Then when they met you, they haven't changed. You changed. God raised you up higher in that situationship. Or people that you even have new encounters with. Sometimes if the devil can see us not engaging in drama, not engaging in mess, not arguing with anybody. You're peaceful. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're having new ideas. You're thinking about, your health, bettering your health, just bettering yourself in all different positive aspects. You got a peace of mind now. God has blessed you with a sound mind, peace, away from all this chaotic, negative, hostile noise, people, places, and things. And sometimes the devil, even me earlier today, minding my business. I'm just, out. And this person, I have a scripture up here. It says, when the phrase, when the enemy, from Isaiah chapters 59, verse 19, when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against him. Okay, so, at times you may feel overwhelmed, or, God will catch us. Because I had time today. But you know what? God worked on us too much. We passed that back and forth and arguing with people who are committed to misunderstanding us. Somebody who was some tow truck or somebody was having a bad day. You could tell by people's energy. Energy never lies. You can tell when someone's having a bad day. You can tell people can be bragging. They got this, they got that. They don't have no energy. They don't have no peace. They're not happy. And you're just as harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent. Let them just talk. Because they're trying to, people try to get you jealous and make you covet and want what they have. Because that's just them indirectly trying to project their insecurities onto you, right? People may not verbally, outright, directly project their insecurities onto you, which that's the thing as well. But when they want to try to, indirectly manipulate you, they want to try to make you jealous and indirectly make you want what they have, because they maybe you do wear nice things. Maybe people know you like nice stuff, even on your off days. Notice, even when people know you always high, energetic, positive, that's why whenever you may just be not like you're not feeling it, but God may want you to move more in silence today, just to test the waters more. Because sometimes it seems like you're the only positive, energetic person in this place or wherever you are. And you're wondering, like, wait a minute, why am I the only one that's positive? I'm the only one that's laughing, happy, despite what I'm going through. No one even knows what you're going through because you're not showing it. You grateful, you're faithful for a few things. You're counting your blessings. You know it could be worse. You know God is going to come through some way, somehow. But it helps to still be positive. It helps to not project your problems onto other people. That's not going to help. Being miserable is not going to help. Starting chaos and confusion and operating in a spirit of discord is not going to help. And it hasn't helped people for the past decades. And they wonder why they're still in the same position. You're the only one that's going higher. They run into you. You've changed for the better. You're looking unrecognizable. You're not looking like what you've been through. But back to them trying to indirectly make you jealous. And then when you're sitting there as harmless and wise as a dove, harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent, that's when they can't be around you too long. Also because you're not only does your light dims, you're the light surrounded by darkness, and you are just so much light, they automatically feel dimmed. Okay? Your Holy Spirit, it irritates the demons in people. The demons in them are trying to indirectly, the trick of the enemy, the demons in them are trying to indirectly make you jealous. Let me see if this chosen one, if they really chosen, they jealous, they envious. They make you seem like you're like that person. You don't got to tell what you got. God told you, listen, you don't got to tell what God is doing to you, especially to people who are unhappy, negative, not happy for you, always speaking negative over your life. When you first meet people, they either going to, like you or hate you, be jealous of you. And they just met you, because it don't take that long for people. It don't take that long for them demons to be irritated, because you are the real deal. And once they see this is not that, people can see what God is doing for you. You don't got to tell them. You don't got to boast like how they're boasting. I'm not saying but I'm not saying that telling, good news is boasting. When someone's trying to make you jealous, because they just start rubbing it in your face. These are the people I could see if they're happy for you, but the ones that want to rub things in your face and are never happy for you, right? They rub their accomplishments, or probably old past accomplishments, in your face. But when it comes to your new accomplishments, they want to brush it off to the side. They want to act like they don't see you. They want to act like they don't acknowledge you. They want to act like, they want to minimize your success. But let it be where you going through a hard time. Oh, they're going to tell you, they're going to act like they know your testimony more than you know your own testimony. They're going to let you know. But even when you're going through a storm, even when, you're going through, a tough time, what makes you just so victorious and not only a conqueror, what makes you get blessed more, what makes people envy you more, is that you're still not coveting, you're still not jealous like them when you're going through a hard time. You don't have a teaspoon of jealous blood in you, because what's for you is for you. And we have to get from around people that are jealous, get from around people that are negative, get from around people who aren't happy for others. Because when people say birds of a feather flock together, spirit energy is not only transferous. I'm making up words now. Energy you cannot only is not only easy to transfer. It's not only contagious, but it'll jump on you, and you wondering, wait a minute, because the devil will get into your mind, so you wonder, wait a minute, why am I looking like you? Why you were so happy? It could say like this: you could be having a good day, just simply because you're not going through or feeling like what you were going through yesterday. It's a new day. The glory of God is all over you. You get around the wrong person at the store, grocery store. You answer you answer a family member that God already showed you who they are. You answer a text, it's spirits and text messages. I used to just read the first two letters, and if it's going to be negative. When you read a text message, the first two messages, it's going to be negative. When you call somebody on the phone, pay attention to the vibration on people's voice. That lets you know whether it's going to be bad news or good news. And I'm not saying that every day is going to be, Christmas jolly. But whenever we're going through a hard time, we pray about it. We learn to, one monkey don't stop no show. Being miserable is not going to help it. Pray about it and keep going, because that's the devil trying to slow us down, trying to make us feel sad for no reason, and making us be mad and miserable like other people for no reason, and making us feel like other people's problems is our problems. And that's why when God isolated us and God removed people and removed us, we got higher. God blessed us more. We're actually the peace. We have so much peace. We're not going through any problems. We're not arguing with so-and-so, and wherever we go, we're actually the peace. You are the light. You are the peace. You are the light. You are the blessing. No matter what person, place, or thing you're around, God sends you to bless the place. God sends you to be the light in a place. God sent you to be the peace in people's lives, not to change them where we went wrong at. Only God can change people. Life has to change people. Sometimes karma got to change people. All we could do is pray and leave people where they are, because you could be having a good day, you get around the wrong person, you wondering why their problems, you're thinking about their problems. Now you have, you had God gave you a sound mind this morning. You were just, happy this morning. You had all this energy, all these ideas. You get around the wrong person, and people could sense that peace, and people can sense you being a healer all over you, by the way you walk, by the way you carry yourself. Even if you maybe you woke up this morning and you wasn't really feeling it, but that's the devil trying to make you stagnant and complacent, and make you just be captivated in a negative brain fog state of mind. Then once you pray about it and you feel God giving you strength, God giving you energy, God making you back to yourself, so that's when he'll send other people. Or sometimes we might fall into sin ourselves. And I apologize, I'm going all over the place, but it's a whole lot I want to tell you. But even despite us falling short of sin ourselves, we get back up. We don't get weary in well doing. We don't let that break us down. We prayed about it, we cried out about it, we played a good gospel song about it, and we're still running in the race. So then the devil, he'll send people, because he knows energy is contagious and energy is easy to transfer. So, you're wondering why, you get around the wrong person, you call the wrong person, you text the wrong person, or, you meet somebody new. You've been moving in silence. You've been, you listen, you're on the move. And that's why, we have to keep on moving in silence. Don't let anybody slow you down. It's a prayer, it's a smile, open the door, God bless you. We got to keep moving, because guess what? Even me, myself. You let a man, let a woman, or whoever hold you down, slow you down. Then, at first they seem positive. They know you're really positive. And then that positive conversation, it starts to get negative. Then it's like, I'm wasting time here. I don't know why I'm here. I just ran into an energy vampire. They masks start falling off. Now you're realizing, okay, this is an attack from the enemy. Then you start thinking about their problems. You start feeling overwhelmed by someone else's problems, and it's like they're not really overwhelmed because, or they are, but they aren't as much, because now they just put all that stress, all that stress and all them problems that or situations that they're going through, they put all of that on you spiritually, because they know that you have what it takes to heal. You have what it takes. You have the energy. You have all of it. You have the it factor in you. You are chosen. And that's why God tells us, we have to move in silence. We got to, protect our energy, protect our spirituality, protect our joy, protect our happiness, protect our blessings. Don't tell people bad spirits, good news. You could just meet somebody, and by you meeting them, they could sense how you don't stress, and they could see the problems that you're going through. They know what you're going through. That boss know what you're going through. Or that boss that's soon to hire you know what you're going through. People know what you're going through. That cashier, they know you in a good mood. That boss know what you're going through. And they still see, people can be jealous and envious of how they see you just conquer certain situations. But you telling them that, hey, God will fight your battles, and what God can do for you, God could do for them. But no, they want to put their problems on you. Unhappy people, they really don't want to change. And I told that guy earlier, when I said I had time today, he wanted to try to almost like curse me out, move me out the way. And I was trying to, but it want to mess my car up. You're not finna mess me up and mess my car up because you having a messed up life. You going through stuff. And I had time today, but God had to catch my mouth, and you know what? That's just an attack from the enemy. When the devil see you not in no mess, you're not really going through nothing, it seems like he'll try to send people to get you all focused, to put you in a bad mood. So and then you wondering why you mad like them. You know, you don't want to do the things that you want to do when you woke up this morning. You don't want to be happy. You don't want to be, you stressed out. You need more rest. And if that happens, pray about it. But, just know in the future, when someone's happy. If people aren't positive like you, they're not high vibration like you, at this point, 2025, it's a done deal. We have to avoid unhappy people, miserable people, unpeaceful people. They always seem agitated. They always irritated. People in your past, you prayed for them, you told them what to do. If they're not trying to get on the next level like you, they're not trying to pray with you, grow together, but stress you out, be committed to misunderstanding you, put their problems on you, you don't have time. So I love you. I'll see y'all next time. And have a blessed, peaceful day.